I think that for me in my interviews, the most important thing that I do is I pause. I give people the space to really open up. You know, most of the time, and I'm sure we've all experienced this, most people are just waiting for you to shut up so they can get in their 2 cents. So, you hear that? That's space. That's what I do. And it's awkward. There is something about making someone else the focus of the conversation that I'm telling you, I mean, people will love you. I mean, they will think you're the most interesting person in the room, even if you don't say anything. I've had people say that to me. I've been on dates where guys have been like, wow, you're so fascinating. I'm like, I didn't say anything. But, you know, we would talk about how, you know, conversation is about one idea building on top of another. And, you know, and inevitably, I think great conversations, the interviews that I walk away from where I'm like, whoa, I mean, holy smokes, I'm going to think about that for like a week, is because it was an exchange. You know, really, the best conversations I've had are ones where we do give each other the space to really come up with new, innovative answers.
Appreciating what someone is doing, or at least finding it interesting, even if you don't agree with it. And, you know, I mean, and that's something that I'm constantly telling people, you know, like I said, I had this great interview with a journalist recently, and she said, you know, oh my God, you have the coolest job in the world. You must make friends with all of your subjects. I was like, no. I mean, no. I was like, I don't. I mean, you know, and I said, I mean, I appreciate all of them, and I respect every one of them, obviously. But I said, yeah, I mean, it's just like anyone else in the world, you know. I mean, a lot of times I can appreciate them and their opinions for what they are, but I don't necessarily find anything that I agree with. You know, one of my best girlfriends joked the other day, she said, you could just hang a sign on your door and say therapist. I said, no, I couldn't. I said, I get sued, but, anyway, you know, you know, listening is critical to what I do. So for the three of you, and you are three people who are good listeners, what are some sort of tangible takeaways, you know, that you can come up with about how to be a better listener?
I think for me that was a great strategy in retrospect. I mean, at the time, I think everyone thought I was kind of insane because, you know, my family would say, you know, you never stick with anything, kid. You know, you're doing one job and then you're moving on to the next. And I'd say, well, it sucked. I didn't want to do it. I mean, but I think it influenced actually the way I write today. I mean, I write really short and tight, just like I learned how to write. I learned how to write doing event listings, which you have to get your point across in like 30 words. I mean, it's insane. And I learned to be really succinct and to the point through advertising writing. And so it all kind of is like this amalgamation that I believe is why I, you know, crafted a style that is, you know, individual enough. People can tell when it's my writing.